Hey Taurus, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys. Taurus. All right, let's see. Taurus. I don't know, man. Pretty sneaky, I feel like. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Taurus. All right. King of Wands. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we're gonna get out some random oracle cards for you guys. There's not like a placement for these, so we're just gonna see how they're gonna fit into your reading. So, all right, you guys have archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. That's kind of nice. Archways. All right, and then you have wishbone. A wish is granted. Oh, wishbones, that's cool. And then you have parrot. Somebody will gossip about all your secrets. All right. Somebody else got this card. I'm going to tell you in 1 second. It was Cancer, and I feel like someone else got it. Maybe not. Okay, so, all right, let's see. So, okay, so a wish is granted, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, and then somebody will gossip about all your secrets. Let them. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Ace of Swords reversed. This is showing up for your current energy. Maybe there's something here that you're like, I don't want my secrets gossiped about. That kind of stuff, okay? I mean, I don't blame you, but listen, we absolutely we can't control what people are going to say. There's no way. So why bother? Also, you know something? Don't clear up any rumors. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now, Taurus. So, you know, let them think what they're going to think. Let them gossip away. Who cares? All right. So, anyway, so yes, you do have the Ace of Swords reversed in your energy. So maybe this is something that you're like, I really don't understand what this is, or like that I just simply don't, I don't know what this thing is, that kind of stuff. Maybe there's something here that's deeply confusing. And I also understand something that maybe you're like, dude, you know what? The things that somebody is gossiping about, you might be like, that's not even true. And if that's the case, that's what I'm saying. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Let people kind of think what they're going to think. So in your environment, you have the Strength card here. So maybe this is a situation that really is requiring you to kind of like friggin' bite your tongue, maybe like not speak up when you want to, that kind of stuff. I also understand possibly a situation here where maybe, Taurus, somebody is trying to get you to gossip about something. And if that's the case, then I feel like you are in this Strength energy being like, nope, not going to do that kind of stuff. And there might just be something that you're like, I'm going silent on that. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the Queen of Wands, and this is, Taurus, I feel like you're kind of in the energy of not taking any BS right now, okay? This could also be somebody kind of coming at you with that energy. So you have the Queen of Wands. This is showing up as your current challenge. So maybe this is kind of something here that, maybe somebody else is kind of like ruffling your feathers, that kind of situation. But I also do understand that there's just something here that maybe you're feeling not so like confident, or feeling a little bit like, I don't know, kind of, I almost want to say timid or shy, you know, that kind of thing. And I think that it's maybe because you might even be feeling like, God, everyone knows this particular secret, that kind of thing, or you know, they're gossiping about this particular thing, that kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe even somebody, you know, with this parrot energy, it might even be somebody overheard you, and then they're like kind of telling somebody like, oh, this person said this, that kind of stuff. I don't know. Gossip is an interesting thing, man. And I'll tell you something, okay? And this is true. If you're with a group of people and they are fine gossiping about like somebody, I can promise you that when you're not there, they're going to gossip about you. It's just the way it is. So you know, it's like, I don't know. I have really strong opinions about that. I really do. I'm like, just keep it to your damn self, or find somebody who's like I don't know, like your best friend, or like your spouse, or whatever the heck it is, or, you know, or your mom, your dad, I don't know, something like that. But I'm just saying, like, I would just ease up off that energy. And again, if this is somebody who's like talking about your stuff or whatever the heck it is, and you know it's not true, who cares? And even if it is true, there's really not a whole lot that we can do. I mean, you could go kind of crazy. You could do that. But like, all right, so let's see what's going on here. So, okay. I also see paw in here. Okay, P-A-W. Also, I want to say like P-O-W. Okay, I'm also understanding that. So that's friggin' interesting. All right, so let's keep on going here. Sorry, Taurus. I'm going to try and calm down. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is showing up for your opportunity. Okay, I think this is doing something by yourself, where there's a sense of breaking away from something, that kind of stuff. I also understand this. You guys maybe being like, dude, I'm doing something that is like healing to me, or I'm doing something kind of luxurious, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Maybe that's what people are gossiping about. Maybe there's something about you that you're able to like do stuff that maybe other people are maybe even friggin' jealous about, okay? That kind of stuff certainly could be. So, all right, let's see what's, I don't know why I keep laughing, but I don't know. Okay, so let's get out some oracle cards for you guys, and then we will get more information, and then we're going to do another clarification round. So, okay. All right, Taurus. Okay. I also think that this might have something to do with maybe the way that the approach that you use for something might be vastly different than somebody else, okay? That kind of thing. Maybe this is causing a little bit of a conflict here. Interesting. I mean, you have a wish granted. You have a wish granted, and then somebody will gossip about all your secrets. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it's bringing you attention, shedding light on you, that kind of stuff. I'll tell you another thing. Maybe you have something that is actually really like gossip worthy, that's maybe not gossip in like a slander type of way, but more so like we're talking about this person, whatever the heck it is. Maybe it's something that is actually a really friggin' good thing, but you might be feeling like, oh my God, they're focusing on the bad thing, or I don't know exactly what it is that they're talking about, or something like that, or there was confusion in some sense, you know, that kind of thing. So, all right, let's see what is going on here. Taurus. Two of Cups just came out right as my phone just dinged, so that's kind of interesting. Two of Cups. I'm kind of getting that with that archway. Maybe somebody likes fast food. We all like fast food. I'm not judging anybody on that. Well, some people don't like it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Two of Swords. Okay, I feel like I'm talking to myself, so let's keep going. Maybe that's how you're feeling too with that Ace of Swords reverse. Maybe you're like, I feel like I'm friggin' talking to the wall, man. You know? Okay. All right. Knight of Cups. Okay, maybe you're having a good conversation. I don't know. I have great conversations with myself. So, all right, let's see. So you have practicality. This is showing up for your current challenge. So practicality, and then you have it with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So yes, I understand. I think Taurus, maybe you're more of somebody who is a practical type of person, that kind of stuff, okay? You know, thinking of things in a very like, maybe like what's the most efficient way, or what is like the surefire thing, a very grounded approach to something, that kind of stuff. Maybe you're like, I don't really want to deal with the confusion or whatever it is, that kind of stuff, all right? That might be something here. Practicality. There also might be the way that you are working on something or putting something together, that kind of stuff, that you might be using practicality in that way. Okay, maybe that's showing up as a challenge for whatever the heck it is. Okay, that kind of stuff. I will say sometimes I find that like practicality in the world of like, I don't know, spirituality, let's say, sometimes those two can clash a little bit, okay? That's what I think anyway. So, all right, Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups showing up for your challenge. I think this is somebody who is like deeply in their feelings and maybe is very quick to a certain emotion, or is feeling maybe, I almost actually want to say let down in some sense, okay? There might be a feeling of like, I feel kind of let down by that kind of stuff. This might even be somebody who is maybe reaching out for a particular level of help, or is wanting to like, engage in a certain thing here, trying to figure something out, maybe intuitively, but there might be anger fueled behind that, and that can block your intuition like immediately, okay? That kind of stuff. Or it can at least open up like the realm of like fears, anxiety, that kind of stuff, which again is like an intuition killer, that kind of thing. So, all right. All right, so let's see. Practicality, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. I do think this is maybe what you're seeing as like, you know, like I look at this thing in a practical type of way, and I think somebody else here is like not looking at it in that way, or there's a different approach, or I don't know, something regarding that. All right, so let's see. I do get a strong sense of like emotions, something about that showing up here in your challenge, okay? So, all right, okay, so you guys have the World card, and this is showing up as like what you're not able to control here. So I think this is maybe the energy of something that is, has like maybe gone all the way, okay? Or this is the energy, oh God, or this is the energy of something like completing, that kind of stuff. And it might just be that it's like, wait, hold on, that closed out before I understood something, or that closed out before I was able to get my point in, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. What I also think is what you're not able to control is if somebody already has a formulated opinion or something about yourself or about something here. It's like, it just feels like what you're not able to control is something that's already closed out, you know, something that's already kind of like been integrated, that kind of stuff. This feels like if you have like mixed up like a bunch of, let's say like Play-Doh, okay? Like you mixed up a bunch of Play-Doh and now all the colors are all like mushed together. It's almost like, now let's try and pick this thing apart. It's like, well, you're not going to do that because it's already integrated. It's already been done, that kind of thing. All right. It's like the damage is done. I don't know if it's damage, but there's something like that. Okay. That kind of stuff. All right. So let's see. I also kind of want to say here, Taurus, that maybe what you can't control is how many vacations you've been on. Okay. I would say that is something that you probably can control, but maybe this is somebody else who is like constantly like moving around or is constantly like has like a wanderlust type of thing, that kind of stuff. You might be feeling that you have been put on the back burner for that, or been like, you know what? That was not that I would not have done that. Like, that's not what I would have done, you know, that kind of thing. So, all right. Okay. So let's see. And I got to tell you, I think there is somebody around you who is trying really freaking hard not to lose it, dude. Okay. I am getting that so strongly. This is somebody who's like, I am using every freaking ounce of my patience and my inner strength to not flip out. That's actually really what I'm getting, Taurus. Damn, Taurus. All right, so let's see. Okay, so you have the 8 of Cups. This is showing up as what you can control. If something is not like, if something's not working, or you're feeling like something could be a better fit, or you're just like, dude, I'm friggin' over this. I'm not going to take this anymore. What you can control is walking away from something, all right? That kind of stuff. I also want to say moon cycles might be really important for you guys, or something that you track, follow, something about that, okay? Number 28 maybe is important, okay? That kind of stuff. Or something is maybe cyclical, something regarding that, okay? World card and the 8 of Cups though, I don't know, dude. It feels like it's like if you can't, if somebody is just not understanding, maybe like, or even I want to say even friggin' taking accountability on something, okay? That kind of thing. It's like you can just walk away from it. You can be like, this doesn't fit. This, you know, I'm not fulfilled by this. There's something that's got to be better out there. That kind of thing. It's like, you know, going to something different, or moving on from something, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I'm feeling. All right. So you have the 7 of Cups. This is showing up as your next steps forward. I think this is making a choice on something. You literally have this choice card sitting right here for your opportunity. I think that's exactly what we're doing. I think that I think the next step is to make a concrete choice on something, bringing something down into reality, that kind of stuff, okay? I got to tell you, this could even be like this new opportunity here, okay? You know, you have this archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening. It's like you can't have a path open unless you walk away from the current one, you know, that kind of stuff, and then making a concrete choice about something here, or bringing, or even facing something that you're like, I don't want to face that thing. I'm ignoring this thing, or I don't want to even pretend that that's an option, or I'm going to pretend like I'm confused. I don't know, something like that. But I do understand this as like making a choice about something, even if there's like fear attached to that, you know, having to make some type of decision. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. So yes, you have this choice card showing up for your opportunity here, and then you have it with the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. So I do feel like your opportunity has something to do with possibly maybe even coming apart with something that you have saved, something regarding that might be part of whatever this choice is, okay, that kind of thing. Or even breaking away from something here so that maybe you have more independence, or maybe somebody who is dependent on you has more freedom, that kind of thing. That's what I understand. This could even be an acknowledgement of maybe you putting something to the side just for yourself, or something like that, that actually might be kind of like a heartbreak or something like that for somebody else, okay, that kind of thing. I do understand that. Okay. I don't know. Maybe somebody fell down. I'm getting that, like somebody like literally fell down, or I don't know. I also definitely said that I was feeling something about maybe feeling let down. So maybe that's part of whatever this is here. Okay. That kind of stuff. So, all right. A choice. Okay. A choice. You know, this 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords feels a little bit, I want to say immature to me, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe that is part of whatever this is. Maybe there's a level of immaturity in some sense, okay? Maybe that's what this gossip is, that kind of stuff, all right? That could certainly be part of whatever this is. So, all right, let's see. You have the Tower card here, and this is showing up as your skills to kind of get this opportunity. So I think that maybe this Tower card is just making a choice, is making a choice that is maybe kind of like surprising for somebody else, or this is maybe even canceling something that you had set up, and that might be like maybe you're the person who gets to decide whether something is like I want to say canceled or not, that kind of stuff, okay? Or whether, or you have the ability here to maybe surprise somebody by a particular choice, that kind of stuff. I can't really get a grasp on whether this is like a good surprise or what's going on here, okay? That kind of stuff. But I do think that maybe just making a particular decision on something is, that might be... I feel like it's your choice. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's something that you have, like you're the person who's like the gatekeeper or like something like that. You know, that's what I'm feeling here. So, all right, let's see. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is showing up for the possible help here. I think that this is I think the help is, like we were saying, a new opportunity, something about that. Okay. It could definitely be like a wish granted in some sense, that kind of stuff. But I do think that this again has to do with, for some of you guys, there might even be construction energy, okay? The Tower card and the Ace of Pentacles, to me, it's like tearing something down to have something new, a new start of something or a new opportunity, possibility, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? Something regarding that. So, all right, let's see. You have the Death card. This is showing up as the next step to take. So definitely, I think this is just an acceptance. I think it's really just accepting the ending of something, that kind of stuff. And then maybe it's like planning for like, that interim, or planning for in the middle of like whatever is going on here, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like accepting an ending so that you can like morph into something else, or you can kind of like transition into something else, that kind of stuff. All right. That's kind of what I feel like maybe is something that's going on here. Okay. That kind of stuff. Maybe some of you guys are working with children, or you're working with your own children, or something about that. There might be something about like an incentive, or I don't know, something about that kind of stuff, or working on just transitions, so, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's going to be super specific. If that makes no sense to you, then it makes no sense to you, and that's fine. So, all right, Taurus. So let's just get a little bit more information here for your challenge and your opportunity. Taurus. I think you have an opportunity to end a particular cycle too, okay? That kind of stuff, or to like squash something, especially like this whole gossip thing, you know? It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm also getting, obviously, music references with that, because like, God forbid I go 2 seconds in my life without having like lyrics flowing through my head. I don't know. I can't help it. I'll never stop. So, all right. Okay. Maybe that's what you can't help, is if somebody's never going to stop something, if they're like, I'm always going to do this. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Taurus. Maybe you should consult with a Scorpio about something. You have this Death card for your next steps, okay? I'm definitely getting gatekeeping references. I'm totally understanding that. All right, Taurus. Wow, interesting. Okay, so you have the Queen of Wands here. That is interesting, but that's not what I was talking about. You have the World card for like you're starting off in like the challenge area, and then you end with the World card for your opportunity. So it's like between two worlds. So all right, let's see. Okay. All right, so you guys have the World card, and then you have it with the King of Wands. Again, this is showing up for like what you're not able to control about this challenge. So yes, this is somebody who I think maybe closed something out like abruptly, okay, or went for something that was like just for them. A little selfish, I'm not gonna lie here, okay, Taurus. I understand this as being a little bit selfish. This is again showing up as what you're not able to control. So I do think this is maybe somebody who really has like their own wants and needs and desires like on the front burner of something, that kind of stuff, and is maybe just kind of focused on like, again, their achievements, their personal conquers, or I don't know, something like that. Does that even make sense? Personal conquests, conquers, I don't know, whatever, you know what I mean? Okay, that kind of thing. So that maybe for some of you guys, this is a person you're dealing with now. For others of you, this is a situation you've dealt with in the past, and it's just like, yeah, that already happened. So like, you can't go in the past and change it, you know? That's what I'm feeling. So, all right, what you can control is the Eight of Cups and the Three of Swords. This is walking away from something that maybe was painful, or again, maybe separating something and then either walking away from disappointment is something that you are able to control here, or healing through something, maybe by like going off on your own for something here, or breaking away from I don't know, a full something or other. I'm not really sure what the heck I'm trying to say here, but walking away from something here, again, that's, you know, you're able to control that. I think it's more so coming to terms with disappointments, all right? That kind of stuff. To me, it's like that means you kind of have to face something. And I do think that there's like a decision that maybe is like a tricky one, or it's the one that is maybe it's like, you know, that's kind of like upsetting, or that's like you know, disappointment, all right? 8 of Cups and the 3 of Swords, it is disappointment. So maybe you're the one who's like able to kind of, I don't know, control how that looks, or when you're kind of leaving from something, or if something is not up to your standards of something, that kind of thing. So, all right, for your next steps, you guys have the 7 of Cups and you have it with the 5 of Wands here. So, I mean, this does feel like it's like you need to make a choice and then friggin' make it work out somehow. Making some decision here, that kind of stuff, bringing something down into reality, definitely not leaving something up to chance or making something way too overwhelming to the point that it's like, you know, now there's friggin' chaos, okay? That kind of stuff. Again, making a real choice about something, facing your fears, okay? Even if there is something that you're like, I feel, again, like nervous about that, or I'm not exactly sure, I'm apprehensive, that kind of thing. It's like you need to kind of like face that. I'm also understanding making a choice here that it's like you might not be thrilled about this choice, but if that's the case, it's almost because it's like you're feeling like you're gonna have to sacrifice something from yourself for something else here, that kind of stuff. But I gotta be honest, I kind of feel like that might be something that's like you might be kind of urged in that way, okay? Like, or I don't know, something regarding that. But you know, again, you have this like archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. That requires I would say a change, and you know, you have to close one door to open another one, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's move over to your opportunity. So, all right, again, this is with this choice energy here. So then you have the Tower with the Fool card, and this is showing up as like your skill. So, I mean, Jesus, this, what the heck? Is this like a fake tower? Is this like a fake like scenario that you're just like, just kidding, that kind of thing? I'm not sure what the heck that's about, but I don't know. Maybe that's part of like your skills here, okay? I also think that this is maybe just doing something friggin' spontaneously, that kind of stuff. There might be an energy of just like a complete surprise or shocking even yourself by the way that you're maybe doing something again by yourself when maybe you're more so used to having other people with you, or whatever the heck it is. Like, I mean, this really feels like you have the skills of kind of taking a leap of faith on something, that kind of stuff. Or you are, or Taurus, you are like, I know when that thing, pretend we're talking about like stocks, okay? Let's just do that, all right? Again, I'm not a financial advisor, okay? Sorry. You might be somebody that's like, I know exactly when that's going to crash. I know exactly when that's going to X, Y, and Z, that kind of stuff. And it might be you being like, yep, I'm going to take the leap of faith on that because I know how this is going. I can see the situation before it happens, that kind of stuff. Precognizance, that kind of situation. Maybe that's what it is. Or that you are really, really good, again, at knowing when to walk away from something before it's like, that, you know, now there's no way to walk away from it. Or now you're going to have a huge loss because you didn't walk away when you should have, or, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, definitely might be something to do with options there, guys, okay? Something regarding that. So, all right, let's see. You have the Ace of Pentacles and you have it with the 10 of Cups here. This is showing up for help that might kind of like help that might help. So yes, again, Ace of Pentacles, I'm seeing this really correlated with this new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up for you. And I also feel like this help maybe is something that it's like somebody might give you something here, or give you an opportunity that you're like, thank the Lord that I went through all that crap. Thank you, God, that I went through like all of whatever this is, that kind of stuff, okay? Somebody is maybe offering you maybe even finances for something so that you're able to like have something kind of be like, oh, thank God, like we worked through it and now we're here, we've arrived, we can like take a deep breath, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe even for helping out somebody's like level of like security, or feeling emotionally stable, feeling like at ease with something. You know what I'm saying? Being like, I'm friggin' comfortable now. Like I understand this as like removing anxiety, removing like friction almost, that kind of stuff, all right? Excellent. So, all right, then you have the Death card and you have it with the World card, and this is showing up as your next steps for this opportunity. So this is absolutely about letting one cycle close, that kind of thing, so that you can maybe even have an achievement, or that kind of thing. It's like you have to come to terms with something and really integrate that so that you can have something that is like maybe an even bigger achievement, or that you can feel like settled with something, being like, I want to say like, I did, it's like no regrets. I swear to God, I think I put that on your last reading, Taurus. I swear to God, like that's what I'm feeling. It's like accepting something and ending a particular thing, like with an energy of acceptance, that kind of stuff, so that you can transition through something and have like an achievement or have something really finalized in a way that I think is more inclusive as opposed to like a personal achievement, you know, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. I also understand, I mean, again, I am understanding something about travel or something like that. Okay. That kind of thing. All right. Okay, I feel like maybe some of you guys are talking to somebody on the other side of the world, and I swear I said that in a recent reading. No idea what sign it was. So, all right, that's what I have for you guys, Taurus. Sorry, this reading was a little bit long. Okay, so yeah, I hope it was helpful, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.